Notion keeps evolving, and with every update, small but useful features appear that often go unnoticed. These aren't flashy shortcuts, they're subtle tools that actually shape how you manage projects, notes, and databases. So today we'll explore 7 of these Notion tips and tricks that are easy to implement but can have a noticeable effect on productivity. Let's begin. Starting with gallery view and the ability to hide the name property. This looks small, but it changes how visual databases feel. When you create a gallery view database, you usually see the card image and the title under it. For some use cases, that text becomes noise. To try this, you create a gallery view database by typing /gallery. Then you add a few pages and give them cover images. After that, you open the view settings, go to layout, and set card preview to page cover. Once the images show properly, you move to property visibility and hide the name property. You can also hide the database title if you want a fully clean layout. What you get is a grid of images without labels. This works well for mood boards, photography collections, design inspiration, or even dashboards where text already exists inside the image. The limitation is discoverability because you lose visible titles, so this works best when visuals already carry meaning. From visuals, let's move into map view databases with colored pins. Map view has matured quietly, and color rules make it far more readable. You start by creating a database and switching the view to map. Then you add locations using the address field. After that, you create a select property such as category or type. Once that exists, you open map settings and look for conditional color rules. You assign colors based on the select property. Now each pin reflects its category. For example, restaurants, offices, or client locations all appear in different colors. This helps when you scan large maps and want context at a glance. It works well for travel planning, sales territories, or location-based research. The downside is limited customization since colors follow Notion's palette, but for most workflows, it stays clear and readable. Next, we look at freezing columns in tables. This feature helps once your databases grow wide. In a table with many properties, context gets lost as you scroll. To fix that, you right-click on a column header and choose Freeze. That column stays locked on the left as you scroll horizontally. You can freeze multiple columns based on where clarity matters most. This is especially helpful for task names, client names, or primary identifiers. We use this often in project trackers, where status, owner, and priority live far to the right. The feature does not reduce clutter, but it preserves orientation, which matters in large systems. From tables, we move into the Notion inbox and notification filters. Many people ignore this area, but it becomes useful in shared workspaces. You open the inbox from the left sidebar and then open filter settings. Instead of viewing only unread items, you can switch to all workspace updates. This shows page edits, comments, and changes across the entire workspace. For team leads or system owners, this acts like a lightweight activity log. It helps you spot unintended edits or structural changes early. The trade-off is noise in very large teams, so we suggest using this selectively, not as a permanent view. The 5th tip is page information and version awareness. Every Notion page carries metadata that often gets overlooked. You access it by clicking the 3 dots in the top right corner of a page. Here you see word count, last edited time, editor history, and creation details. You can also open page analytics and version history depending on your plan. Version history matters when pages evolve over time or when mistakes happen. We treat this as insurance. You may not need it daily, but when structure breaks or content disappears, it becomes essential. One limitation is retention length, which depends on your subscription, so long-term recovery still needs exports or backups. Now we talk about locking pages in databases. To lock a page, you open the 3-dot menu and enable Lock. This stops accidental edits during navigation or scrolling. Editors can still unlock it if they have access, so this does not replace sharing controls. For databases, locking does more. It prevents adding new properties or views. We often lock databases once structure is final. This keeps systems stable over time. You can still add new entries, so daily work continues without friction. The main downside is flexibility, since quick changes require unlocking, but for mature systems, this trade-off feels reasonable. The seventh tip is button actions and effects. Buttons in Notion now support small visual feedback, which sounds cosmetic, but helps with habit-driven workflows. You create a button by typing /button, then define actions such as inserting blocks, editing properties, or resetting fields. After that, you open button settings and choose a click effect, like confetti. When you press the button, the effect confirms the action. This works well for routines like daily resets, task creation, or checklist generation. It does not add functional power, but it adds clarity and satisfaction, which helps with repeated use. As we wrap up, the key idea across all these tips is intention. None of these features replaces structure or thinking. They support it. When you use them with a clear purpose, your workspace feels calmer and more predictable. That was all. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.